Send your CV to pepetatv1@gmail.com. For inquiries, call 0729109092. Pepeta TV, tunakupa unachopenda.
Je, una biashara na unahitaji kufanyiwa matangazo? Biashara kama shule, duka la kielektroniki, hoteli, mashamba ya kuuza, duka la nguo, hardware, mashamba ya kuuza, hospitali na biashara zinginezo. Tupigie simu kwa nambari 0729109092.
Pepeta TV. We are hiring TV presenters and marketing specialists. To join our team, send your CV at pepetatv1@gmail.com. For more information, call or SMS 0729109092.
Je, una malalamishi au mapendekezo kuhusiana na vipindi vyetu? Pepeta TV tunakupa nafasi uweze kutueleza. Kwa maelezo zaidi, tupigie simu au tume ujumbe kwa nambari 0728714232.
A very good afternoon. Thank you so much for choosing and making Pepeta TV 1 PM News Bulletin to be your favorite source of news. And this afternoon, we have quite a lot of lineup for you. Make sure that you stay tuned from the beginning of this broadcast to the end. I'll be your host, Chacha Tobias. And right away to our first news-making headline this afternoon is the Member of Parliament for Emurua Dikar constituency, Johanna Ngeno, met his untimely death while on mission to help find victims of the raging floods in Transmara. The mission was synonymous with his daily undertaking while serving the people of Emurua Dikar and the neighboring areas since becoming a legislator. Ngeno was always willing to help those who were in need and mostly those whose rights had been trampled upon. Many times he was captured on camera in serious standoff with the police whenever an operation was said to be carried out to evict a section of his constituents from a piece of land that they were occupying, and he never shied away from defending others from neighboring communities.
I spoke to him last week, I think to be precise, last week on Wednesday. As you know, family, we keep communicating with one another to just find out how people are doing. And we were looking forward to, meeting over this weekend and chatting, but it never was.
Flying as a fighter pilot with the 50th Air Cavalry for very many years, since 1985. So he was a very experienced pilot.
When this came to happen, that is something we least expected. Because in his career as a pilot, he has never had an air accident. So this was the first one, and the last and the most devastating that took away his life.
Apatia through SMS account number ya shule, admission number ya huyu mtoto ako form 4. Aya, the following morning ilikuwa Saturday. Nikajaribu kupigia simu kumwambia umelipa ama utalipa leo, kwa sababu mimi nilikuwa nataka slip. Kila mara nikipigia simu ananipatia SMS. Sasa hiyo Jumamosi asubuhi sikupata SMS. Nangu anajaribu kuangalia kwa online, hayuko online. Mimi nikaingia kwa WhatsApp kujaribu kutuma, mimi inaenda inaweka tick, lakini sio ile ya kawaida. Pata nikaanza sasa kustuka kidogo.
All right, and now moving on to our next news making headline this afternoon and now let's focus on the pain and agony of the families of the 6 people who perished in the helicopter crash in Mosop constituency, Nandi County. A tragedy that has not only robbed the nation their leader, Morura Dikar MP Johan Ngeno, but also the families who mourn the loss of their fathers, sons, and brothers.
Mama pia kastuka.
I spoke to him last week. I think, to be precise, last week on Wednesday.
Mimi napakanga shortcuts. Nikasema hii tutaenda na tumeenda. Tumemaliza.
Sisi hapa Narok County hatuungani na watu ambao wameiba mali ya Narok County, hatuungani. Na hatutaki ukabila hapa. Bora na jamba hata hiyo kitu hizi nini? Bora kabisa. A lot of money that is being lost. We must be prudent as members, as oversight members of this country.
Nani aliwaambia nyinyi mtume askari kupiga sisi? County commissioner was not aware of any operation here. County commandant was not aware of any operation here.
Simama kwanza wewe. Why are you killing people? Why? How many people have you killed? Sometimes take watu wakilie, mimi napakanga shortcuts. Nikasema hii tutaenda na tumeenda. Tumemaliza.
Sisi hapa Narok County hatuungani na watu ambao wameiba mali.
Right, moving on this afternoon is that the Minister of Foreign Affairs has called on Kenyans in the Middle East to ensure they are registered with the nearest mission and update their contact details, next of kin and emergency contacts. Statistics released by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi shows that shows that there are well over 500,000 Kenyans living and working in the Gulf states, and the government advisory follows an escalation in the US-Israel offensive against Iran, where more than 200 fatalities, including Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei, have been reported. And retaliatory attacks by Iran have also caused injury, damage, and death in the neighboring Gulf states and Israel. And of course, that news brings us to our first commercial break here at Pepeta TV 1 PM News Bulletins. Don't go too far. I will be back with more news in details. Stay tuned.
Kwa watazamaji wa Pepeta TV, tunakukaribisha kila Jumatatu hadi Ijumaa katika kipindi The Morning Blend ndani ya Pepeta TV. Kutana naye JW ama James Wetaka katika kipindi Morning Blend.
In a world where safety is no longer optional, one name stands out for dependable protection: Chamguard Security Company. Our comprehensive services include guard services, dog patrol units, private investigations, intruder alarm security control systems, protocol and security services, event security management, CCTV camera installation, remote controlled gate installation, electric fence installation, razor wire setup, and close protection services. Chamguard Security Company. Reliable security. Trust the experts. Call us today and let us secure what matters most.
Nilijua siku kama hii itafika.
Pepeta TV is looking for marketers to join our dynamic team. Are you confident, persuasive, and passionate about marketing? This is your chance to take initiative. Put your skills.
All right, welcome back from that short commercial break, and thank you so much for staying tuned to this time. Moving on with our broadcast this afternoon is the Orange Democratic Movement has reaffirmed its commitment to engaging in pre-election negotiation with like-minded political parties, starting with the UDA party ahead of the 2027 general elections. Speaking in Migori during the party's Linda Ground rally at Poster Grounds, ODM party leader Dr. Oburu Oginga says he has been mandated by the party to initiate talks with the political formations interested in forming the next government.
That 10-point agenda, we are going to get an interim report, and that interim report will be given on the 7th, and that is what is intended. So it is not intended to say that there is nothing which has been done. Our brothers are misunderstanding the meaning of 10-point agenda. They are saying that when it comes to 7th of March, that is going to be the divorce of ODM and ODA. I'm telling them that that will not happen, and it is no to them.
Party leader wetu Dr. Oburu Oginga aanze negotiation na chama ambazo tuko nazo, nafikira sawa, tukianza na UDA, na tumesema vizuri ya kwamba tunataka power, na kuingia katika power, ile ng'ombe ikiangushwa chini itawekwa nusu itaenda na ODM, nusu itaenda na UDA.
Na nimesema kama kiongozi ya ODM moja yao ya kwamba 2027 sisi hatusindikizi mtu kwa harusi. Tunataka vitu viwekwe kwa meza, tunataka tupate MCS wengi, wabunge wengi, senators wengi, governors wengi.
Mtakuwa wajinga sana msipo support broad based government. Hapa Migori unemployment iko very high. Lazima tubadilishe hiyo. Na kubadilisha hiyo ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba tumeshikana na serikali ya UDA kama equal partners.
Sasa wabunge 5 juu ya 100 na gavana mmoja juu ya 15, jamani, watatuzuia kutembea barabara ya kupeleka watu wetu katika uongozi wa nchi mwaka ujao kweli? Hawawezi.
Sisi ambayo tuko hapa Migori hatutaki mtu aje hapa kutuchezea. Hiyo mrengo ingine ya wale wengine mtawaruhusu waje hapa Migori? Mmekataa? Hebu nione wale wamekataa kwa mkono, hebu sema umekataa.
All right, and away from Kenya's coalition of church alliance is now calling for an end to the use of goons in political campaigns. The religious leaders blame the rising political tensions and destruction of properties on early campaigns and urge the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to end the political bickering. The coalitions of churches also want the police to ensure those involved in tear gassing the church at PCA Mwiki, PCA Kariobangi, and SCK Othaya face the law.
Of the political divide have continued to whip up emotions of Kenyans and unnecessarily put the country on election footing more than 17 months before the 2027 general election. Worse still is when tear gas canisters are thrown into church services where congregants, including the elderly, who could be battling with lifestyle, health issues, and children are gathered for worship. The case in point being PCA Mwiki, PCA Kariobangi, and most recently in SCK Othaya.
In view of the above concerns, we urge the National Police Service to move with speed to stem the goon culture in the country. They must do everything to assure Kenyans that the service can still be trusted with protecting life and property regardless of political persuasions. We also call upon the Independent Electoral Boundary Commission, IEBC, to exercise its legal mandate and rein in politicians behind the rallies that continue to have serious negative impacts on our economy.
And now President William Ruto says his Singapore dream of transforming the country into a first world economy is on course. Speaking in Kikuyu Kiambu County yesterday during the inspection of the ongoing construction of the 1,140 affordable housing units, the head of state urged residents of Kiambu County to vote for his second term in office in order to complete development project he has already initiated.
Hawa wa Kenya ni watu wenye akili, wanajua nani yako na mpango, nani hana mpango, nani yako na sera, nani hana sera. Miaka 10 itakaa namna gani? Miaka 20 itakaa namna gani? Itakuwa Singapore ama haitakuwa Singapore? Hapa Kikuyu utenda kazi wa barabara kupitia serikali yako, ndio Singapore imeanzia. Wale majamaa wanasema wako na shida na William Ruto. Mimi nawaambia wale majamaa, kama muko na shida na William Ruto, hiyo ni mambo personal. Hiyo tutaenda kusort out kando.
This institution has a great history and serves the people of Kenya.
This school is extremely influential. It has changed lives. It's part and parcel of our country, the history of this nation.
3 years, Your Excellency, you have been able to build 23,000 classrooms for our young ones.
We have a rich history of traditions that have been held for the last 100 years, Your Excellency.
That news brings us to the end of our broadcast here at Pepeta TV 1 PM News Bulletins. Thank you so much for staying tuned from the beginning to the end of this broadcast. Make sure that if you want to get those news, credible, reliable news updates, make sure that you visit all our social media platforms on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, and don't forget on Instagram and X at Pepeta TV. I've been your host, Chacha Tobias, and I wish you a lovely day ahead. Good afternoon.